Wait, do somebody reply with Pokemon Channel? There's no game in Pokemon Channel.
It's like watching it.
Yeah, you just wait. Are there Pokemon Channel speedruns? There definitely are. What does a Pokemon Channel speedrun look like?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have the world record.
Hey guys, while you've been out here playing baby games like Elden Ring, I've been dipping my toe in a real man's game, Pokémon Channel. Pokémon Channel is one of the least popular Pokémon games released on a main Nintendo system. This is because it plays loosely with the concept of what makes it a game. With an accumulative 11 minutes of what most people would consider real gameplay, how is it that someone would want to achieve a record in this shovelware speedrun? And more importantly, how am I gonna get one for myself? Pokémon Channel contains a lot of different gameplay styles, but it primarily focuses on the TV watching simulation and point-and-click adventuring. At least that's what we're going to focus on for the speedrun. TV watching is a pretty big deviation from the usual Pokémon gameplay, and it's safe to assume that this is what led to the game's mixed reviews. Pokémon Channel serves as a sequel to Hey You Pikachu for the Nintendo 64, but instead of advertising the N64 microphone, this game promotes the e-reader. Also, unlike Hey You Pikachu, I had to buy my copy of this game instead of being given it at the flea market because nobody else wanted it. Waste of shelf space aside, let's look into what makes a speedrun for Pokémon Channel. The speedrun is split into 6 days, each containing a set number of tasks you need to complete before changing your GameCube's date. And that's right, when I said 6 days, I meant 6 real-life days. Well, as far as the GameCube's concerned. This game took advantage of the internal clock to pad out its playtime by requiring days and days of playing to beat it. Luckily, just like the entire Animal Crossing community in March of 2020, we have the power of time skipping. This just applies to what happens between every day. To figure out what happens during the actual gameplay, let's analyze the first day in the Pokémon Channel speedrun. We start off fairly strong with a cutscene, and don't worry, this isn't going to be the last one. After mashing through some dialogue and making sure to set a name, we get to watch an even longer cutscene. This time a full 5 minutes of the anime Pichu Bros that I had to censor for copyright reasons, sorry. After this, you meet your largely hands-off companion Pikachu, before getting into the main mechanic of the run, channel surfing. To be able to mark a day as complete, you first have to watch all of the brain-rotting TV content, or at least you have to convince the game that you did. Every channel has checkpoints throughout its runtime that it will go to whenever the player tunes in. By quickly leaving and going back to a channel, you can trick it into thinking that you're farther along in the broadcast than you've actually watched. For some, these checkpoints may take you right to the end, like with the first channel, the Wobbuffets quiz, that after 9 R&L clicks you see the farewell screen. In some, however, you stake your last check somewhere around 30 plus seconds of actual required watching. Heck, in some special cases, you may end up watching 2 minutes of an anime episode. Not that you'll see that here with the copyright gremlins and all that. Regardless, after a lot of pressing L and R, pretending to watch TV, and just a little actually watching TV, you get to save the game and change your GameCube's date. Thus finishes the first split of the run, and gives us a fairly decent idea of what will be happening for the next 3. Days 2, 3, and 4 are the calmest part of the run. All of the front loading is over, and you're yet to reach the run exterminating day 5. All is well for the next 20-ish minutes. The 5th day plays entirely different than the rest of the run. Instead of the classic menuing that we know and love, the player is thrown into a full-on point-and-click adventure game. We need to guide Pikachu to retrieve the final anime episode that was lost prior to broadcasting. Professor Oak does some talking, then it's off to the races. First, we gotta guide Pikachu outside and head towards Springleaf Field, for what is the scariest part of the entire run. Those with a keen eye have noticed that I have a split for something called Pikachu RNG. RNG stands for Random Number Generation, and just means anything in a game where there is a random chance. Inconsistency is a speedrunner's mortal enemy, so this run is fortunate in most regards, but not all of them. We have to talk to Duskull and find his ball. We already know what's in the hole right next to him, and we can tell Pikachu that's where he should look, on the first available frame. And yet, there's a non-zero chance that instead of looking into the hole, Pikachu will take the time to think about it, and come over and ask for permission to look in the hole that you just told them to check out. This is the difference between a living run and one that has passed. Similarly, there's also a chance Pikachu just won't notice the hole, not even giving you the chance to give them permission and possibly losing you even more time. Once you get the ball from the hole and trade it for this sick lamp, we have to head to the bus stop and we can finally check off this terrifying split. We take the bus to Mount Snowfall, where we scare away Gengar and enter the Ruins of Truth, where the anime is being held. Here we have to click on 2 plants, answer a riddle, where the answer is always X, don't forget it, and you have done it. Throughout the adventure portion, you might have noticed a lot of Pokémon walking around. When your cursor is controlled by a joystick, it becomes a minefield trying to avoid talking to any of these Pokémon, because it will effectively strike any run dead. After a long day's work, you finally go back and watch some TV, the final episode of Pichu Bros, featuring the music video from Meowth's Party, a reward even greater than a world record. After restarting your GameCube one more time and mashing through some dialogue, that is the conclusion of the run. Assuming you did things all perfect, you should be done around 45 minutes flat. If you hold the 4-year-old world record, you'd have finished at 45:05. Reviewing all the information at hand, how hard could it possibly be to run this game? Let's find out. Before we get into it though, I'm gonna need some extra help for these runs, so be sure to comment Pikachu, stay in your lane, and subscribe and like and become a member, and I don't know, thanks. Let's get into it.
24 runs later.
Well, I'm almost 30 runs in, and I'm yet to even make one to the end. This makes sense considering I'm still learning a new game, but man, is it demoralizing when even failed runs can take 20 minutes sometimes. But hey, this video wouldn't be here if I didn't complete at least one run, and complete a run I did. On November 17th, 2021, after an arduous process, I finally reached a time. That time being 49:34, 16th place. Not bad if I say so, and I'm totally not just saying that because it's my first run. There was plenty of time to improve too, specifically bad Pikachu RNG, and because I messed up the checkpoint on the final anime episode, making me have to watch the whole thing again. I said Meowth's Party was the best reward, and apparently it was good enough for me to watch twice. Barring any significant mistakes in my next runs, I'll be first place in no time. 9th place. This is when my journey took a strange turn, and I stopped playing the game for about 4 months. No real reason, I was busy for exams and the holiday season, and I got really into Dragon Ball FighterZ, so that took a lot of time. Regardless, I came back, and I came back with a vengeance. Only about 15 attempts after coming back, something clicked for me. It was probably just luck, better RNG, or less substantial mistakes, but I made it back to the grind, kicking off at a solid 6th place. This is the first time I submitted a run. I was still hoping to get better, but I was reaching the point I needed to get something on the board, in case I had already peaked, which I didn't. Less than 24 hours later, I whip out a solid 5th place run, shaving off another 4 seconds. 4 seconds isn't much, but I'll take a whole place up on the board. Moving forward from here is going to be the biggest obstacle so far. To reach 4th place is going to require another 28 seconds cut off. If you get 4th place, you receive one of these cool little Pokeball emblems, and once I achieve one of those, I can clickbait the title and be satisfied with my performance. But 28 seconds is a lot of time. It's so much time, I can't even think of something funny to compare it to. there's only one thing I can do now to push myself even further beyond. I need to contact the king of Pokemon channel speedrunning, the world record holder of 4 years, MushroomSoda. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to talk to me.
Yeah, of course. I'm more than happy to do this.
So what kind of ancient wisdom do you think you might have to impart as the long-time world record holder? Is it all just about fundamentals? Like, do you have a secret to how you're mashing or switching channels?
So you are at the current point where, like, a lot of it, like, honestly comes down to two things. One is Pikachu RNG. Just up until that point, getting, like, really solid RNG with Pikachu at day 5. And the second one is your text smashing, because you can shave off like a good amount of time just from getting your mashing down really well through text. I honestly keep my controller on my right leg, and one thumb is on A, the other one's on B. And whenever there's text about to come up, I just kind of mash both buttons. Do you... This is gonna sound really dumb. Do you have a Game Boy player on your GameCube?
I don't have one on my GameCube, but I do have one.
Okay. Put it on your GameCube, because it will save you time. We have theorized this. So if you have a Game Boy player on your GameCube, it's like a booster for your GameCube in terms of loading times. So it actually like loads your game a little bit faster. So I would suggest putting that on your GameCube if you can.
Awesome, thank you so much. Do you have socials and stuff that you'd like people to check you out on?
Yeah. So I have my Twitter, which is at MushroomSoda_. And there's of course my Twitch channel, just MushroomSoda, all lowercase. But those are definitely my two biggest socials that people can reach out to me on if they want to.
Alright, I have a checklist of things to try. Mix up my mashing, slap a GameCube player on there, are just a couple of the things I need to do. I don't have all day though, so let's get a montage going. I applied the knowledge I gained from the man upstairs and marathon ran as many attempts as possible. I took some time off, don't get me wrong. I made it to sub 46. This is a huge accomplishment. Try as I might, however, I couldn't defeat the 4th place time. Along with not reaching the time I wanted, I also ran the game so much, so quick, that I burnt out even harder than last time. To save you all from missing out on this awesome video for another 3 months, I'm gonna call it here. 5th place is pretty cool for someone who didn't know this run existed before starting the video. And I'm not done running this game forever either, I just need a break. Special thanks to MushroomSoda for his time and advice. Even though I didn't move up any after we talked, I still couldn't have done any of it without him, or the rest of the community for that matter. Also, thanks to my channel members. If you want that to be you, check out the join button on my channel page. Maybe when I come back, I will be even faster than ever. Or maybe one of you all will come up with a new game-breaking strategy and render all of my runs irrelevant. Until that day comes along, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It is free, so you will always get your money's worth.